Why value investing is dead. I've got 4 reasons for you. Number one, value has underperformed growth for the past decade, as defined. Number two, the market is viewed as largely very efficient. Number three, business models have changed. Business models have much more technology and goodwill attached to them. Think about the fact that the old definition of value investing included buying book value discounts to tangible book value, and now there's very little tangible book value. There's very little property, plant, and equipment in a lot of these companies. Finally, there is a preference among investors for growth. So you put these 4 things together, and these are 4 nails in the coffin for value investing. Not so fast. Number one, by definition, all real investing is value investing. What does that mean? Well, in other videos I've said, and this is really just echoing what Buffett and Munger have said, you're buying, when you're an investor, a company that you valued at a certain price, you've estimated the value of that, and you're paying a discount to that. Now, that can be true for Microsoft, for NVIDIA, for Adobe, etc. You can calculate or you can estimate the value of these things, and based on the growth that you estimate for them. In fact, notice that Berkshire Hathaway does own Apple, and it's their largest holding. And they did do that because they were able to recognize and calculate and estimate the fair value of Apple. And they found out the second piece in this growth business, that they were paying a discount. So number one, by definition, value stocks are things that have underperformed, but those things can indeed be growth companies. Look back 22, 23 years ago, and it was a heyday for people like me who love buying technology companies, growth companies, at a discount. And the market was sick and tired of the dot-com boom and the concept that the internet was going to enable so many things that they threw these companies at us. And if you don't believe me, go back and look at the prices of and the market caps of Microsoft, NVIDIA, and Apple back in the 2001, 2002 timeframe. Number two, market efficiency is an argument that value investing is dead. Again, this is largely wrong. Market inefficiency happens on a daily basis. There's not just the inefficiency in smaller cap companies, but inefficiency of information, and even more importantly, inefficiency in the interpretation of information. We can get into a very large argument about market efficiency. Information is readily and almost instantaneously available, but that doesn't make the market price reflect the fair value of the business at any given moment. It just means that there's a lot of great information out there, and it's cheaper for people like you and me to get. I'm a small hedge fund manager, and I can compete with some of the largest on the planet, and so can you. So I don't think market efficiency is necessarily an argument against doing what we do. Changing business models is an argument for the death of value investing. Well, that was something that a lot of people argue that it's a new world. It's when I was younger, they talked about the new economy, and that Buffett's style of investing was largely irrelevant at that point. You fast forward 23 or so years later, 24 years later, he's still at it, and a lot of these great new economy companies are still plugging along. The business models certainly changed from when Buffett started investing, and even when I started investing in the late 90s. But the concept that value investors somehow only invest in tired old coal mines is incorrect. Number one, you look at Buffett working with Munger and the things that they bought, such as See's Candies. such as later on Coca-Cola, such as Apple. They weren't buying these things at deep discounts to net working capital. They were buying these things because there was tremendous franchise value. American Express, for instance, one of Buffett's earlier ones, was primarily because he recognized that the business model, the brand recognition of American Express was so strong. Sure, business models will change, but that's precisely why value investing can work. And the final argument that I put up, preference for growth. The people say, well, I prefer growth. We all do. Buffett's big and great statement, value and growth are joined at the hip, is so true. You're just, as a value investor, or my niche, convexity investing, you're looking for growth businesses that are priced as if they're going out of business. I mean, that's the ultimate bonanza, is to buy something priced as if there's no growth. And probability is that there is a lot of growth. So we're really, speaking of probability, just handicapping what the market is telling us. A market, you can invert your discounted cash flow analysis and say, this is the growth that the market is implying, and my judgment is that growth is too low. And that's what you're doing when you're investing this way.